Okay, this is the final part of the lecture, and we're going to be talking about abnormalities of the eye. Before you study abnormalities, make sure that you know where the normal structures are in the eye, that you can identify them in a diagram, and what those normal structures do. And then you can make the leap into, oh, well, if I know what it does, if it's normal, if you take it away, or if you damage it, what's the vision going to be like if it's abnormal? So the first one I want to talk about is color blindness. A lot of us have heard of that, and we know people that are colorblind. Um, Color blindness typically has to do with certain cones. Remember, cones are photoreceptors, and they happen to be the photoreceptors that detect color in bright light, as opposed to the rods that detect black and white or shades of gray in dim light. So the cones detect color in bright light. And we actually have several different kinds of cones. So there's different kinds of color blindness. But the most common one is red-green color blindness. And you can see from this little picture here that this is one of the common tests they use to test people to see if they are colorblind, if they have red-green colorblind. The background's kind of reddish orange and the writing is green. And see if you can tell what number that says. Even if it's hard to tell, if you can read it, you don't have red green color blindness. And so I can see that it says 74 with green. If you can't read that, you might have color blindness. You might have red green color blindness. It turns out that red green color blindness is a lot more common in males, and it has to do with the way it's inherited on the X chromosomes. And you don't have to remember that because we didn't do much, we didn't study that. But just to be aware that it's a genetic trait and it's inherited more frequently by males than females. Here it says it affects about 5 to 8% of the male population. And over the years, when we do vision in a live class, we always test if we're colorblind. And it's been frequent that I've had male students that are colorblind. It's not an uncommon thing. But I don't remember if I ever had a female colorblind student. I don't think I did. So, yeah, color blindness is a lot more frequent in males, and it has to do with defective cones. It could be that you don't have them, or you just have a low number of them. So, it could be that you don't see those colors quite as brightly as other people. So, another condition I want to talk about that we've all heard about is being nearsighted or farsighted. And so we've heard about this measurement we use to test a normal eye. It says if you can see from 20 feet what a person with normal vision can see from 20 feet, you are said to have 20/20 vision. So 20/20 vision is what we're calling normal vision. You can see from 20 feet away what a normal person can see from 20 feet away. Okay, and so we have these standards that we've used for comparison. If you have to be 10 feet away to see what a normal person can see from 20 feet away. If you have to be 10 feet away to see what a normal person can see from 20 feet away, so that means you have to be a lot closer. That means you have 10/20 vision and you are nearsighted. You can only see when something is near. So nearsighted means you see better when something's near. You can see close, you can't see far. Okay, nearsighted, you can see close, but you can't see far very well. And these pictures give you some details on what happens when you're nearsighted. What I want you to remember is whether you're nearsighted or farsighted, it has to do with the shape of your eyeball. Whether you're nearsighted or farsighted, it has to do with the shape of your eyeball. And you can imagine that for a lot of the shape of our eyeball is going to be determined by genetics. You're going to get the shape of the eyeball that one of your parents have, or a blending of what your parents have. So the shape of the eyeball can determine if you're nearsighted or farsighted. So in the case of nearsighted, if the eyeball is elongated, you don't have to memorize whether it's short or long, but just to remember that it's the shape of the eyeball. But in this example, it's showing you if the eyeball is elongated, you're nearsighted. And so why that is, here they're showing you light coming through the eye, the cornea is focusing the light, but the cornea can only focus the light up to the point of where a normal eye would end. Did I say cornea? I meant lens. The lens is focusing the light up to where a normal eye would end. So there's put a dotted line there. A normal eye, that image would be focused right on the retina. But this person's eye is a little bit longer, their eyeball's longer. So by the time that light gets all the way here to the fovea, it's kind of blurry again. It blurs it out. So what do? We get glasses. We wear glasses or contacts, and depending on the kind of lens, it can bend the light a little bit differently. And in this case, it's showing you it's going to allow the image to be focused right on that fovea centralis in the retina. Okay, so lenses, whether they're contact lenses or eyeglasses, specialized lenses are going to allow us to focus the image right onto the retina. And the image will now be clear. And that would be if you're nearsighted. If you're farsighted, it means the opposite. Farsighted is, let's see, nearsighted is when you see better near. Farsighted is when you see better far away. So things that are close are kind of blurry, and things that are far away are in focus. And the same thing, it has to do with the shape of your eyeball. So in this case, somebody with a farsighted eyeball, their eyeball's too short. And so they have a dotted line here where a normal eye would be. And you can see the image is going to focus on where the normal eye would be. And when you're here at the retina, it's going to be blurry. It's not quite focused yet. So there's a different kind of lens in your contact lenses or in your eyeglasses that are going to adjust for focusing the image right on the retina. So farsighted is you see better far away. And there is a really common kind of farsightedness called presbyopia. And that is what we would call age-related farsightedness. Most of us will get that. And it starts in your mid-40s. And so what happens is, you're reading normal, you're holding your book in the normal place, and you realize you have to hold the book a little farther away for it to be in focus. And it goes until about your mid-60s that people kind of joke that your arm got too short because you have to hold the book so far away to be able to focus on it. And so this is the reason why most people, as they get older, end up wearing glasses or contact lenses. It's age-related farsightedness. And it's actually predictable of how fast it will happen. You can measure how far away you focus clearly. And I think we do this in lab. I'm pretty sure we do it in lab. Yeah, we do it in lab. There's a little activity there where you can figure out what we call your near point of accommodation. You'll see that. And there's a little table in the lab that's going to show you that your age versus how close you should be able to focus. And I've done that testing in lab for the 20 plus years I've been working for the college. And my vision has gone right with that. I've gotten more and more farsighted as I've gotten older. So it's just a natural thing. We're all going to probably need glasses someday. And we call age-related farsightedness presbyopia. The last one I'm going to show you right here, I think I'll make this into 2 videos. The last one I'm going to show right here is an astigmatism. And a lot of us have an astigmatism. You've probably heard of that. And what that means is your cornea is uneven. Or it could be your lens. One or the other has kind of an uneven shape. And so what they're showing you here, they're kind of exaggerating it. But just the cornea is not smoothly shaped. Here they're showing you the lens is not smoothly shaped. It's got a little flat spot there. And so what it does is it can, I'm sorry, that's with the lens. But here's showing you the cornea is kind of misshaped. And that's the most common thing as opposed to a lens. but the cornea, it's usually the cornea. And again, that can be genetic. So if you have an astigmatism, people in your family might have one. How would you know you had an astigmatism? Usually you don't. You feel like you can see fine, but you might get eye fatigue easily. Like just, you're one of those people that just can't read very long, or you stare at the computer, it's just killing your eyes. You can't read for extended periods of time. It makes your eyes really tired. And you go to the eye doctor and they say, "Oh, you have an astigmatism," and they make you lenses that adjust for that little aberration in your cornea. So that's again something that's really common and can be fixed by glasses or contact lenses. So I'm going to stop there. I think I'll finish the other diseases in the next video.